She cut the power line to my house. No warning, no apology. Just snipped it like it was a weed in her precious garden. But what she didn't know was that the EV charger she banned, it was mine, literally. I built it. And hers? The one she hid in her locked garage? Yeah, also mine. We'd only been living in Clearwater Pines for 12 days. Just enough time to unpack our dishes, meet a couple neighbors, and hang the charger in my garage. It wasn't flashy. Matte black, wall-mounted, quiet as a whisper. But apparently, it set off alarms for Sandra Whitmore, the HOA president from hell. I found her little note duct-taped to the garage one morning like a ransom letter. Comic Sans font, no name. Just unauthorized device, remove immediately or face penalties. I laughed. Honestly, I thought it was a prank. I'm Ethan Walker, 34, founder and CEO of SparkCore, the biggest EV charging network in 3 counties. If you've charged your Tesla, Rivian, or even your Leaf around here, chances are you've used my equipment. So yeah, getting told to remove one of my own chargers from my own home, that was rich. Sandra didn't like anything that wasn't beige, symmetrical, or made before 2002. Our neighbor Tom warned me. Said she once fined a guy for painting his mailbox navy. Too aggressive, she'd claimed. Another neighbor had to remove wind chimes for being audibly chaotic. I wish I was making this up. So I filed a polite complaint to the HOA just to cover myself. No big confrontation yet. 2 days later, click. Power's out. But not the whole house. Just the charger. I check the panel. No tripped breakers. Call my electrician, Gregor, who did the install. He pokes around, then walks back with this look like someone just told him Santa isn't real. "You're not gonna like this," he says. "Someone cut the main line feeding your charger. Clean slice. Like surgical." We checked the security footage. There she was, Sandra, hooded jacket, clippers in hand, creeping around the side of my garage like a budget Bond villain. She cuts the line, wipes her hands, and walks off like she just planted a rose bush. I didn't scream, didn't storm across the street. I just watched. And I started wondering, why? Why care this much about a charger? That night, I logged into the SparkCore back-end system, pulled neighborhood usage data, and that's when I found it. Every night between 2 and 4 a.m., one property was pulling massive energy, enough to fully charge 2 EVs. Address, Sandra's. Only, she didn't have an EV. Or so I thought. Next morning I noticed something strange. Her garage door had a faint green glow coming from under the seal. The LED diagnostic pattern, only seen during firmware updates. My firmware. My company's. She was hiding a SparkCore unit in her locked garage while trying to ban mine from the neighborhood. That's when it clicked. She didn't hate chargers. She hated losing control. Now, I could have reported her, could have lawyered up, but no, this needed finesse. I set up a lemonade stand, right at the end of my driveway, but instead of drinks, I offered free EV charging advice. Ask me how. First, it was curiosity, neighbors strolling by. Then it turned into a spectacle. Tom pulled up a chair and joined me with a cooler. We had folks laughing, asking questions, swapping Sandra horror stories. Sandra? She wasn't amused. Sent a mass email titled, "Yard-Based Commerce Prohibited." I replied all with, "Don't worry, Sandra, it's just lemonade. No electricity involved." Greg almost choked laughing, but she wasn't done. One afternoon, while I was on a Zoom call, I heard a crash. Ran outside. My charger was ripped off the wall. Pieces of conduit everywhere. A guy in a neon vest stood there, holding a clipboard and a work order signed, of course, by the HOA. And across the street, Sandra, filming it all like it was a home renovation episode. "You just disabled a certified spark core system," I told the guy. "That's a felony-level mistake." He went pale. Sandra beamed. But later that night, her video hit the internet and exploded. People weren't outraged at me. They were furious at her. TikTok, Reddit, even a local energy blog picked it up. HOA bans green tech became a meme. Karen Energy, they called her. So I leveled up. Set up a mobile spark core charging station on public land just outside HOA territory. Banner said, "Free charging for all. HOA fines not included." It turned into a block party. Laura brought snacks, Mia handed out cookies, Tom DJ'd from a Bluetooth speaker. People who'd never dared speak out were suddenly opening up. Then Harold, a quiet board member, approached me one evening, nervous, looking over his shoulder. "Not all of us are with her," he whispered. "We didn't vote on that charger ban. She forced it through." I handed him a flash drive. "Proof," I said. "Fake registration, fake name, hidden spark core unit. She broke her own rule." A few days later, the emergency HOA meeting was announced. Sandra entered like she was running for Congress. Hair perfect, navy blazer, that same smug smile. "There have been troubling developments," she began. "Misinformation, inappropriate behavior, unauthorized media involvement." Then Harold stood up. "Actually, tonight's agenda has changed." The room fell silent. By majority vote, we're opening the floor to Ethan Walker. Her smile cracked just a little. I walked up, plugged in my laptop, and let the projector do the talking. Slide 1. Time-stamped energy usage charts. Slide 2. Her garage door with the green LED glow. Slide 3. The fake name. J. Flanders. No such person. But the address. A perfect match. She stood. "This is slander!" I turned to the room. She banned my charger, cut my wires, called me a threat. But all this time she's been secretly using the same system she tried to outlaw, registered under a fake name. This isn't about aesthetics. This is about control, and she lost it. Harold held up a folder. "Effective immediately, Sandra Whitmore is removed as HOA president pending further investigation." She didn't cry, didn't scream, just gathered her purse and walked out. Alone. As I left the clubhouse, Laura took my hand and whispered, "You did it." Maybe, but I wasn't done yet. Because the best part, that charger she tried to hide, it was still pulsing under her garage door. My firmware, my product, my proof. And justice? It runs on clean energy. So, was it justice or just revenge?